got it like in seconds.
So go up it, hold it up here and go up and down. Into the dark one, yeah?
Yeah. Can you check on the balls?
You want to see how the balls turned out? The ones that are here or the ones that are outside?
Yeah.
Gradient. Do you want a picture of you holding it? Your gloves are soaked? About like that? I hope I didn't get more color than you're going to want for the next one, but that looks nice. Okay, let's try. Camila, want to watch?
Il ponte si innalza di 59 metri sul fiume Rauma ed è uno dei ponti più spettacolari della Norvegia.
det 12?
Ja, det er jeg har den, og så har jeg den.
Det er den der, ja.
Ja. Og den må jeg få noe lyseblått. Og så har jeg masse av Mari. Der har jeg 5 hester.
Ja. Det er det. Det kan du få kjøpe med deg.
Ja, det er kjempebra.
Den har du både jakke og genser i knall.
Ja. Den var lekker. Og liker du den hvite?
Ja. Den er veldig fin, den.
Ja. Skal vi
Du
se.
kan lage den i sort, da, vet du. Ja, jeg var litt Nå vil det ikke bevege seg.
Hello and welcome to Countryside Knitting. My name is Merete, and together with Janne I do this video podcast about knitting, crochet and sewing. This summer has been very busy, and when we record we do the Norwegian first and then we try to be able to make the English versions. Because we have been to different places, we have had holidays and different things. It means that we are a little bit delayed with our countryside knitting versions. But now I will try to do a little bit of what I showed in the Norwegian episode. And then Janne will have to do her stuff when she comes home because she's very busy right now with her grandchildren. So here is a little bit of a recap from what I showed earlier. And why I sit in a different place I will explain in the next ordinary episode. We are still in Hansgarden, Averøy, Norway. I knit a lot, and Janne also. We are like machines, I think. We can knit and we never get bored of it. So we have a lot of things to show. And I will now talk a little bit about my things, and I think they're very typical of me because I love to knit cardigans, I love to knit shawls, and I like wool mostly. And around me now I have a lot of things that I will show you, and I will try to remember all the information you need about the projects. But if I don't, you will just have to look it up in the notes below the video. I have put direct links to Ravelry. I put everything I knit out in Ravelry so you can read what color, what yarn and so on. One of the things that is very typical of me, and if you haven't seen anything of this channel yet, here you can see like my favorite, I think number one, maybe number one together. I have two different number ones when it comes to shawls. And this is Skymning by Sofia Capelli in the Kammerbornia podcast. Look at this. This is a triangular shaped shawl. It is garter and stockinette stitches. It's enough, the size is enough that I could have it around my shoulders, but I could also use it as a scarf when I do like this. I tie it like this. Some people think that triangular shaped shawls will be too much here, but I like that. And I think it's very romantic. The colors I have used, there are two different fibers also, but everything is wool. The hand dye that you can see in the stockinette stripes, that is naturally hand dyed yarn from Aurinkokere, that's Finnish. I bought it in the Midtnorsk Knitting Festival, I think it was in 2018, and I knitted it when I went there in 2022, so it took me 4 years. I have just looked at the yarn, admiring it, and then I combined it with Finull from Rauma, 2-ply Norwegian wool. It's dyed on grey, so it's a little bit heathered. And I also used Finull in kind of a dirty yellow at the end. So this is a shawl that I have made a lot of, and I don't think this is the last. Another favorite of mine is something that is not finished, and that's also a combination of green. Is it the same color? No, this is not dyed on grey, but it's very similar. It's Finull. I bought in Skien when I was there, that you could have seen now in this episode in the beginning. And I also bought some hand-dyed yarn from Værbit. This is also Finull. and I guess you can see there are a little bit yellow, blue, pink or red, and a lot of colors, but very kind of not too noisy. And I knit the lovely leaf shawl by Strikkelisa. That's one of my other favorites. That is more, is it crescent shape? It's the name is stripes also, but garter. This will not be as deep as shimning. This is something I really enjoy knitting when when I'm in situations where I don't have concentration. So now I have made this into a tangle. Okay, so this is one of the things, I think I showed that in the English. Maybe I've started it now recently. Another thing that I started and that I knitted a lot when I went by the train, especially on my way home, is Merete shawl by Wenche Roald. It looks a little bit strange now. It doesn't look very nice because I haven't blocked it, of course, because I haven't finished. I will make this leaf, what's up and what's down, leaf shawl, leaf pattern, longer than this, and then I will do some stockinette, some garter, and it will be long and not so deep. And I knit this in a very nice yarn. It's very soft, even though it is wool, and this is Saga from Filcolana. It's lamb's wool. It's thin, 300 meters in one skein of 50 grams. I don't have many shawls that are very neutral, so this will be one of them. I need some neutral shawls, or I don't need shawls, but I knit them anyway. Something that is rather the opposite is my first petite knit item or whip, and it's so long. So it's a Novice Cardigan Chunky Edition. I haven't made anything because now since I don't know when, it's summer. This is a bit big in my lap. I just have not one, 2/3 maybe of a sleeve left and a little bit of the body left. And the yarn I use, I think I have forgotten the names. Let us see. I use Setoso from Mondial. I hold it together with Tilia from Filcolana. And this will be a favorite cardigan in the autumn. And if I just had concentrated on this, I could finish it in a very short time. Just that I have too many things to think of right now. Another thing that I started to knit when I went on my vacation, because this is very easy. This is called Astrid Cardigan by Wenche Roald. It is from a book called Inspiring Norwegian Patterns. She made modern versions of old patterns that really didn't belong to anyone. This is reprints of an old book with old patterns, just the charts. People didn't need modern charts in those days, from the 1929 I think, and I will show you the cardigan in the next ordinary episode, I think I'll say. This is Symre, a Norwegian mohair. Sleeve number 1. Very easy to knit on a holiday, and I have started the cardigan, also very easy, but there will be some more things happening in the yoke. I went to Telespin, so you have seen some photos and some recording from Telespin. I really love that yarn. It's strong and it is shiny in another way than wool. And I use it, the Symre yarn I use as a substitute for Finull or Ask. Sometimes this is something that is no hurry. I knit baby blankets. Now recently I gave one away. I actually have one. I made one in two of these, the two green colors. Janne has the pattern. It is a free pattern somewhere. We're trying to find out exactly where. It is a repetition of very small. I think it's 12 stitches. You repeat them and it becomes a blanket. But I added some yellow, so I used all my yarn in addition to the yellow. And this is a wool cotton blend from Gepard that I bought on sale. It was very quick to make. It doesn't have somebody waiting for it, so I just leave it there and we'll see. I am working on another baby blanket with no plan in a very pink color. This is a very nice knit in the summer, I think, because this is also merino and cotton. It's very soft and it's not very warm in my lap. The yarn is Björk from Viking yarn. And the pattern is originally just like a dish washing that Janne has made, that I just made it bigger. We have had a workshop weekend in Hansgarn that I did only a Norwegian episode from. And when I was there, I bought a bag from Janne. She has redesigned from embroidery. It's very lovely. And in here I have something that I have knitted a lot more since I showed it in the Norwegian episode. So right now you will have a more updated version. This is a test knit that I'm allowed to show or I was allowed to show it, even though when I showed it first time the pattern was not out, but now it is out. It is Flora. It's you can choose to have it as a sweater or a cardigan, but I chose cardigan, but I haven't made the sticking yet. You can see that there are flowers and leaves. This is Ask from Hillesvåg, and the light color is something I have dyed myself. And the only thing missing is the sticking. And why I haven't finished, I'll tell you in the next ordinary episode. It has been a very busy August, but we will do that together, Janne and I, the recap of the summer. Another thing that I haven't shown at all, I think because I forgot it when we had the Norwegian episode, but I can show it to you, is a shawl. It's a Norwegian pattern called Midsummer Shawl, if I translate. And Gro Tveitstø is the designer. And I used hand-dyed yarn from Kaffebrenneriet, where I make Norwegian episodes only. And I didn't have as much as I thought, so I just had to choose find another color. I had to go to yellow. Now I'm going to do a lace part, and I need concentration. That's why it kind of stopped for a little time, and now it has been very busy. This is Filcolana Arvetta, hand-dyed and from the factory. maybe I'll do this at the end. I'm not sure. I've started this. We will see. I'll show you it, the shawl, a little bit more in detail next time. Now I have some things lying around that doesn't belong to any project bag. I think this is what I have to show you right now. All the things that Janne showed will have to be in another episode later on. She will make some recording when she has the time. She showed a lot of her own designs, and she showed a lot of crochet blankets because that's her speciality, I will say. Specialty, is that the word? Yeah. When we make episodes, it's a hard work to do the double versions, like in Norwegian and then in English. So I'm sorry that you had to wait, but maybe you watched the Norwegian episodes, I don't know. But we do our best, and we have a lot of things going on in our lives, so we just do it when we can. And it has to be fun, that's why we do it when we can. We think it's very nice to get in contact with you. And if you write in the comments, I will read it and answer you. And this summer I was just thinking if I'm going to tell it or not. We have a Patreon. I don't talk about it a lot, but we have a Patreon, and this summer I actually met one of our patrons because we were writing together or back and forth in the patrons page, and that was very nice. So when I went to Trondheim to meet Britt Arnhild, who also has a YouTube channel that you may know, and I met Sofia Capelle from the California podcast, who were on a pilgrimage and came at last to Trondheim. We also had a meeting with one of our patrons, and that was very, very nice. So to meet some of the people, she's also Swedish, Monica. But to meet the people that you know from the online world, it's like the teenagers, that they have online friends, and so do we, and it is very nice. And we also met a German woman, Caris, wasn't it, when we visited Rauma, the factory with or the mill. And that was very nice. So I mean, this digital world of knitters is fantastic. That's the only thing to say. There may be some bad things going on, but we have so many nice people that we sometimes meet. We meet you digital, but we also sometimes meet you in the real world, and that is so nice. So my point was, write a comment and we will get in contact that way. In the next episode I'll tell you more about things happening in my life, and I'll we will talk a little bit about the autumn. We have a knit along that I always forget to say something about, and that is the California knit along. We do it in English this time, not in Norwegian. We have Ravelry thread for chatter and for finished objects, and this lasts until the 13th of September, so you can still put in your finished objects, and you can win some prizes. I think I'll need to do a little bit of an own segment, I think, about that. It's a bit you start a knit along and you're very enthusiastic, and then you just have to remember to talk about it. That's something I can see in every channel about knitting, that sometimes you don't kind of update it as well as you should. I will start a new knit along when knit along with the California is finished, and I can just say it, it's not a secret. It will be the festive cardigan by Skein Knits early, so I look forward to that. But we will make another episode before the 13th of September. So I think this was enough for today. I look forward to meet you again, and then Janne will also join And until we meet again, bye bye.